exercise that I think everyone should do when they're thinking about asking for a raise and promotion is to create what I call the 3-column sheet of paper. It's a 3-column presentation that you're going to share with your manager when the time is right. So in column 1 is a list of all of the tasks that you were hired to do. So maybe you're going to go back and dust off the original job description and you write them all down. Every single thing that you do that you were hired to do. I would also suggest that next to each one of those tasks, you put how many hours a week you spend doing them. Or if it's not a daily task, maybe it's monthly, just how many hours per month you spend doing it. But you want to associate the time you're spending on the job with those tasks. Now in column 2, I want you to put in all the additional things you're now doing. Because let's face it, once you start working for a company, they start having you do more stuff. Or maybe you get better and better and you know more and more and you volunteer and take on more stuff. Doesn't matter. There's a second column and I want you to list every single one of those things. And what I want you to do is put the hours next to that. How many hours is that? And then I want you to stop there and tally it up, because oftentimes we find out that those hours far exceed what we were hired to do. If it's an exact match, great, but I highly doubt it. It's usually that you're doing more than. And so if you are, this is what I mean about being able to set yourself up for success when you ask for a raise or promotion, because when you go in there, you've got to create value. You've got to prove that you are saving or making the company enough money to justify the cost of giving you that additional income. And if you've ever listened to Christina and I before in previous micro learnings, you know that you cost the company about 130 to 140% of whatever you make as a salary, as an income. So let's just use a simple number. If you make $10 an hour, it actually costs them $13 to $14 an hour to hire you. It's all the overhead, taxes, and things like that that goes into it. So when you ask for a raise, you have to think about that you're asking not just for that extra $1 to $5, you're asking for that times 130 to 140%, right? So now all of a sudden that $5 is really $7. You see what I'm saying? So you've really got to go in there and say, look, not only am I doing everything you asked me to do, but I'm doing all these additional things as well. And it's taking me more than the normal time to do it. So you're really proving to people your worth. That's important. Now I mentioned a third column. The third column is where you're going to sweeten the pot in this conversation. And that is, you're going to put down a list of activities that you'd like to take on. So as we grow in our careers, oftentimes we want to upgrade. And those initial things we were hired to do, we wouldn't mind dropping a few of them. Maybe they're a little bit more basic. And we'd like to be doing projects and work that's a little bit more complex. So you're going to have to give a few of those up because you can't take on even more stuff, right? You're already at your max limit per week. So in this third column, you want to think about some higher level activities, some activities that'll really save or make the company money, and things that you would like to take on and do to make their life easier. So little hint here, any things you can take off your boss's plate, any tasks they have that, take up a lot of their time and hold them back from doing their job. If you could take some of those off their plate, that's going to be super valuable to them. And so you're going to put that in the third column. And if you can, guesstimate how many hours it might take you to do that. So now once you have this document all pulled together and you know the time is right, you're going to set a phone call with your manager, or an in-person meeting would be even better, but I know a lot of people work virtually. What I don't want is for you to do this via email, is my point. In person's the best. Zoom call, phone call, whatever it is, second best. Email, not a good idea, right? Easiest way to get rejected. And you want to set a call. You want to set a meeting. Notice Christina mentioned don't do it in the middle of a performance review. Too little, too late. You need to be having these conversations far in advance of a performance review. So you're going to set that conversation up and you're going to say, can we meet? I'd like to talk about my career and my future with the company. That's all you're going to say. I'd like to talk about my career and my future with the company. Now, when you get in there, you're going to have this document all typed up. You're going to have a copy for your boss, copy for you, and you're going to sit down and say, I'm really enjoying it here and I'm looking to continue to progress in the company. So I wanted to have a conversation with you about what it'll take for me to earn a raise and promotion here. And in order to do that, I pulled together some data for you. Now, see how you said data? It's because companies love data. They've got to be able to prove your worth. So you're saying, here's what I was hired to do and how long it's taken me to do it. Here are all the additional things. I've gotten so efficient at those that I've taken on additional things, and this is how much time they take me. And here are some things I would love to take on, maybe some things to take off your plate if I was given a raise or a promotion. See where we're going with that? You're incentivizing them. And so what you say to your manager then is, based on this information, do you think it would be possible for me to get a raise or promotion? And what else would need to happen for me to be able to earn that? Now you've given them everything they need. In some cases, they're going to say, oh no, absolutely, definitely. And others, they're going to say, we need to see a little bit more of this out of you, so you'll get some critical feedback. Or you might even hear, raises aren't even an option. Promotion's not an option. No matter what you get for an answer, you're a winner because it's going to give you information and clarity. It's going to help you decide whether or not you want to stay there, or if you want to take all this valuable skills that you have and go someplace else where you believe they might pay you more money. That's up to you, but you're never going to know what direction to take take if you don't sit down and have this very constructive conversation with your boss. This is called planning for a raise and promotion. And that's why you can't lose, because you're not going in there demanding or asking on the spot. You're going in and saying, I want to work with you. I want to get a raise or promotion. I want to plan for one with you. Let's do this together. Here's the information I have. See how that works? You're not blindsiding your manager. You're giving your manager the information they need. And this is how you're going to earn their trust and respect, but this is how they're going to be able to really, tell you the truth, give you some feedback because you've set yourself up to get that information. And then from there, you'll make your decision. But I've found over the years when people follow this plan that I've outlined, it's very, very successful. They tend to get just what they need so they know how far out it is before they will receive that raise or promotion.